Good morning. Welcome to Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. I trust you're having a great day. Happy Saturday to you. My name is Atobra, and this is Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner based on my 5 books, which are all on Amazon. Today we have a very interesting topic for you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to first share 2 groups, and then we will take it from there, shall we? So give me a few minutes. Right. Let me start this. Okay. So how was your week? It's funny how time is flying, eh? It's December, so Monday is December 11th already, and that is Remembrance Day. You know, I was thinking this morning to myself that pretty soon, or even now, most of our young people may not necessarily know what or why we celebrate Remembrance Day. Think about it for a sec, you know, because each time you watch the Remembrance Day ceremonies, you see that there's less and less of those who fought the wars around. Most of them are gone. So people may not even know how we came about the freedoms that we all enjoy today. So it's so important. In Edmonton here, they have this program now that I speak. I don't even remember the name, but every year school kids go to the Veterans Memorial and they lay wreaths on all the the headstones, so that on the grave, so that no stone left unturned, something like that. So that's a great memorial. And even in my book, Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, I write somewhere in there about Remembrance Day. So it's so important that we don't forget. Okay, let's do this here. All right. So yeah, there's even though, well, I'm retired now, so I won't say that it's a holiday for me, but what I tend to do is that I try to watch a little bit of the Memorial Day services no matter what, just to, you know, remind myself. It's not just when I was working, oh yeah, holiday, and then everybody would take the Friday off just to have an extra long weekend. But it's so important that we remember, because somebody fought for these benefits that we are enjoying now. And even when you look at some of the places that we come from, there's no freedom per se, you know. If you don't vote for a particular party, you are in trouble, this and that, on and on it goes. So, just one more thing I'm going to share to my friends on TikTok, and then we will continue. Bear with me. All right, I think I have everybody that. Hello, welcome to Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. Who's this, please? Can you introduce yourself? I can't tell who you are. So, we're getting started. This is Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner, and today's topic is personal development. We're talking about personal development. Again, if you've come on, good morning to you. Please share and invite your friends to join us. I'm going to get started now. So the topic is personal development. We as people, we are going through life, busy doing whatever it is that we're doing. Mainly life seems to be work hard, be able to pay your bills, be able to get your life going with or without a partner or a spouse, look after your kids and all that. But at the end of the day, you are on a personal journey. No matter what role that you are playing in life, you yourself, you've been brought on this earth to fulfill destiny. So do you ever think about your personal growth, your personal development? When we say personal development, it is a shift in your mindset that allows you to embark on a meaningful journey. So the key thing here is a shift in your mindset. A lot of people just stay put. In our language, we say, where's Sister Jordan? We say, Yamfante Timmy for means that I wasn't raised like this. This is what I know. We carry what we knew back then. Okay. I was in Form 1 in 1972. Later, I'll date myself. And so before then, I would have been in elementary or primary school. So if I'm still working with what I knew back then, whoa, time has changed since then, hasn't it? Thank you, but I don't know who you are, so it's hard to respond. Thank you for coming on. So, as I was saying, if I was still working with what I knew back in the day, what kind of a human would I be now? Stuck. But there's a lot of us like that. We don't want to learn anything new. We are still the same. Even technology has come. We don't want to learn new skills. We're stuck in our old jobs. What have you? So, what is personal development? Let me go back to my banner. So, what is personal development? It refers to activities designed to improve yourself. And this would be like your talents, potential, employability, even wealth, right? Personal development is any conscious effort that you make to improve yourselves, anything that you do. Maybe you say, look, when I was back where I came from, oh, Nanaraba, I'm a major in there, stalker be. Welcome. Oh, Radzi. Uh-huh. So, anything that you do to develop yourself, like you may say, oh, okay, back in the day when I was back home, I don't speak, I speak English, but I'm not so good. I want to learn. These days, it doesn't mean going to pay even for a class. Go to YouTube and Google, type in, do a search. Something will come up. And so, kakra, kakra, then you'll be improving. Because even now, when you type a word and you want to know the meaning, it tells you when you click on the button, it will pronounce it so that you know how to pronounce it. So little things like that, because if you were not able to express yourself properly at work and then you undertake this journey, people will start to notice a marked improvement in your communication. That is a personal development journey. When you undertake personal development, you gain skills and confidence. Yes. And it's so important. I did a video today that I'll post it on Tuesday, and I was talking about self-reflection. Do you do self-reflection? Because today, what we hear, gone too soon, gone too soon, gone too soon. These people didn't know they would be gone too soon, right? So imagine that they had something ahead of them to do, and they thought, "Oh, I've put it off because I have more time. It's over now." So at this point in time, you need to be focused on yourself, growing yourself to maximize your potential on this earth. That's why I feel it's important to talk about some of these topics. Oh, just give me a sec. I really did forget myself, didn't I? I just posted it to TikTok, but I forgot to share it to people. Okay, that's done. Sorry about that. Let's continue. And so, how do you start this journey? Let's go to this. Starting your personal development journey. Yes, you have to create a personal vision. I spoke about self reflection. This journey begins with self reflection because you sit down and you ask yourself, what have I been doing? Where have I been? Am I happy? Am I content? Where do I want to be going? You sit down and you do that reflection. So upon reflecting, then you create a personal vision. What do you want to do? Where do you want to be 2 months from now, even a week from now, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months from now? And it's a good time to be talking about personal development because we're getting to the close of a year and we all need to be reflecting unless you just want to drift through life. One of my favorite statements in my book, Reflections, yes. So when you create this personal vision, you set targets to keep you on track. So you say, I'm going to do this by such and such a time. Would you have done it? Let me tell you a story. When I started this book writing journey, I put my stuff on Amazon. Well, I started putting things on Amazon for my fourth book, right? And you are supposed to engage and do things on author's page. I wasn't really paying attention to all those details. You know how we are. So, a lady from church who's also written a children's book, we were talking about our journeys, and then she and I planned. She took me to see somebody she knows who's a publisher, like a consultant, and this person gave us all kinds of tips based on that journey. The things that I have done in this short little time, like I'm proud of it for me because, you know, I have what do you call it? I've done my business cards. I've done what do you call it? A banner. Just little things that you're checking off, and I continue that journey. So it's so important that we engage with people, things that push you, right? Another friend, also from church, introduced me to two groups. Introduced me to, can you please stop spamming my page? I don't know you, and you've come here and you've come to throw things here. That is not how things work here. So anyway, back to the topic at hand. Yeah, two groups that I've joined that are very, very great. It's very insightful. One of them is when African women talk and just different things going on. And the other one is her economy. Yes. So, it's just amazing what you can discover when you choose to embark on a self-discovery journey. Yeah. And so, and then also there's the planning stage. There's the planning stage. In this stage, what you do is you conduct a personal SWOT analysis. You determine your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, threats. And I have here again self-reflection. Yeah. So at this stage, you do all this just to help you. Just give me a sec. And some of the skills that we need for personal growth is communication, right? They include communication. You have to have good communication skills, your work ethic. Work ethic. Yeah, some of us just go to work. We don't work in some places that we know of. Your leadership skills, organization, problem solving, confidence, and integrity. These are also important in your journey. Okay, and most of all, you need to have you need to keep track. Record keeping is so important on this journey, because when you establish your targets, you always go and look, okay, the 1 month has come. I said I would accomplish this by this time. Have I been able to? And so this helps you to reevaluate and readjust. And the thing is, on this journey, don't be beating yourself down, because otherwise you'll stop yourself from pushing. When things go wrong, sit back, reflect. I always call it pause, reflect, and reset, and change things. So embrace changes and go with the flow. Maybe you thought this would go this way, but another dynamic came in. How are you going to incorporate it into your current situation and move forward? Okay. So then I go to, why is personal development important? So personal development keeps us motivated. Yeah. You know, as a person, staying motivated, it's not easy. So if you have something to refer to, like your goals, you know, your personal vision that you've mapped up, you look at it and it helps to keep you on track. Let me show you something. I don't know if you can see it. See this book? I bought it in Kohl's, and it's hello, Facebook user. Please tell me who you are. You're showing up as, is that Pastor P? So it's a to-do book, right? And so it's got this shorter section where you can write things that you are doing. And then on here too as well, it helps to keep you on track. And sometimes too, if I'm not even following that, I have these little sticky that I write things on, that okay, tomorrow I'm going to do this, this, and that. So I write it out and then I can transfer it here. So you have to keep track. The other thing I forgot to bring is my book, my like a vision board thing, but it's a book for 2025. So it has tabs that I've put in, the different things: book coaching, book writing, content creation, other things, spiritual goals, all that, personal development goals. And so you write things in there, and it's a point of reference that you go back to. It's like keeping things in one place. Because if you are not writing things down and you say, okay, Facebook users, please, is this Pastor P or who is this? Started my personal development journey 5 years ago, or is still after a session at church called Women's Clinic. It opened doors for me to upgrade, gain skills, and interact with great people like for that. But that is Nanaraba. But the second person who came, who greeted us, I'm not sure who that was. Yeah. Yes, thank you for that. You see, it's like, remember, if Nanaraba, I know you've been on. So when I was talking about two ladies from church who've impacted me these last few months, and yet, oh, okay, hello, dear. And there will be a Facebook user, and me so yeah. So who've impacted me, and just the things that I'm seeing. There's even this entrepreneurship class that I joined because my friend Fola had told me about it. And I went on there, me say, Niger for no go omugusu. Then I tell myself, where am I Ghana for? You see? And even then, if you go and introduce somebody to this, then you see the a lot of times when we hear things, even we keep it to ourselves. Kasano, we just talk, but we are not growing. And when people know things, they keep it to themselves. It's very sad, really. Like I said, I was at a gala when we finished the TikTok live the other day. I said I was going to a gala. At that gala, I met my friend Fola introduced me to this lady, the When African Women Talk, the things that they do. And then, of course, this entrepreneurship class is the other group, Her Economy. They help women with setting up businesses and just different things. So you are in a group and you see all kinds of things flashing across, and you see women who look like you doing these great things, and you have to tell yourself, wow, and it's all around me, but where are we in the scheme of things, right? So then let's go on. So I said, why is personal development important? I said that it helps keep you motivated. Okay, let's see. There it is. And then the second thing is that it allows you to reflect on your talents. Yeah. So you become aware of skills you didn't realize that you had, right? Well, let me tell you this. I didn't realize that I was somebody who could learn things quickly, IT stuff, tech, all this tech stuff, only when I became a writer, because you have to go and figure this out. You see, when you put your mind to learning and you turn on a tutorial, it's easy to follow through, practice it, and get it. It's like me. I'm going to make a statement here. From today, when I finish this live, I'm going to delete my StreamYard account because the company has been sold and what do you call it? They've increased their prices. I only do Facebook Lives twice a month now, and I can't be paying $133 for it. So because I know I'm going to make that change, about a week and a half ago, I went on a tutorial for Restream, and I was looking at it. I think even with a Restream, you can just go on and do a live without having signed up for a plan yet, right? So that's what I'm looking. You have to do new things. You have to, like, I can just go live on Facebook like that, or I'll do the Restream thing, but I'm not paying $133. So, talking about being able to realizing the skills that you have. If you're somebody who's willing to learn, it's easy to take anything, listen to the tutorial and figure it out. But if you don't want to learn, then you stay stuck. And so when we're talking about your talents, like, these are things that a talent is something you're able to complete with ease, you feel comfortable doing, and you don't require supervision while doing it. It's easy for me to sit down and just write. If I want to, when you have a block, that's a different story. You have writer's block, it's not coming. Okay. And then also when we talk about personal development, allowing you to reflect on your talents. So it helps you to reflect on your current talents plus those you wish you had, new ones. So because you are feeling motivated, you push yourself and say, hey, what can I learn? And you push and go to the next level. Okay. So personal development is important because it helps to refine existing skills. Evaluating will help you focus and further lean into refining those skills. Like, oh, I'm good at this, so what do I want to do next? Like, okay, I say I've written books, but now I want to do a children's story. I haven't done it before, but what can I do to get there, right? So it helps to pinpoint where you excel, and then even it makes you better at your existing skills. It's all about effort, really. And then also, personal development improves self-awareness. It helps you reflect on where you are at, who you are at the core. A lot of times we don't reflect. If you don't know who you are, people are pushing you around and using you to achieve their goals. I don't know if you get what I mean. So reflecting, helps individuals to find happiness in their lives, because you can't just be walking through life every day. I wake up, go to bed, this, that, that. What makes you tick? That is busyness. It can lead to chaos, and then you feel overwhelmed. Excuse me. If you are somebody who self-reflects, when things are not going well, you go, okay, I'm feeling overwhelmed. What's going on? How can I deal with this? Those kinds of things. Oh, I'm interested in this. This is what brings me joy. This is what fulfills my soul. I'm going to focus on it and do it. So those are some of the things. And then also, development provides a sense of direction. Yeah. So self-reflection will make it significantly easier to make decisions that will deepen your happiness. Listen, I've worked on myself to the point that I know who I associate with and who I don't. If there's somebody I'm in a particular circle and it's not working for me, I know my core values. This is what I stand for. I ain't putting up with that. And then I move to higher ground. A lot of us don't know that. We don't know who we are. So we are being bullied, being directed by people. We can't make sense of our own journeys. People have to direct us. Sister George always makes that statement. People are always want other people to tell them what to do. That is not life. No. And so when you are become aware because of this personal development journey, there's less stress in decision making about where your life is headed. Yes, like I said, I'm rather interested in learning. When I said my friend Fola, this book, every Monday there's a class for the next 6 weeks. How much, yes, how much is that? What is it costing me to sit from 6 to 8 in the comfort of my home on Zoom? Okay, I can go off camera and have to, I have to stand every so often because my back will bother me. But aside of that, what is it costing me to gain knowledge? Hey, you know, it's just amazing. Right. And the other thing is that personal development increases resilience and creativity. Your change in mindset allows you to embrace creativity. Before, who am I that I'll say, oh, I can open this and be looking. I can open this and learn this. Even this lady, Andrea, who took me to meet the publishing person, she had this little square thing. It's called Square, for people to make payments. And yeah, right? Because we have a thing, a women's event coming up at church on December 7th, and I've ordered books to go and sell. And now there's 2 funerals in my community. One of them is on that day. So what to do? But yesterday I was starting to read. Something else came up, so I had to stop, but I'm going to go back to it. I have to read about the square and how to get one. So you read through it, and it says it takes a week for them to get your bank account clearance and all this. So December 7th, so I have to be working on it because if you are going to, like my friend Fola, she's a long range agent, so she's the person for Canada anyway. So she goes to these events, like who knows something is happening, she goes to set up. So if say I have to go with her, take some books, and somebody is going to buy something, you're going to say, oh, I only take cash. I don't do this, I don't do that. No, you have to move with the times. So this is one of the things. So I'm looking at it. Yeah. And somebody may say, oh, but how often will you use it and this and that? Well, does it matter? It is there because you are aiming for higher ground. So just because you are selling only 3 books today doesn't mean you won't be selling 20 in 3 months' time. So it's good to have these resources on hand. Yeah. And also, I said, the change in mindset allows you to embrace creativity. It also gives you the resilience to handle curveballs thrown in life. A lot of us can't handle difficulties when they come because we haven't developed those skills. If you are doing something and something goes wrong, you have to make a turn. Sometimes if it involves sitting back for a little bit, I'm not saying 6 months. No, if you do that, you'll give up on the goal. But you have to have resilience to cope with things when they come because you will. Hello, is this Tony? Everybody is Facebook user today. What's going on? No names are showing up here. Okay, so we did why personal development is important. And then I'm going to talk about, what do you call it? 5 steps to personal development and then the 5 personal development skills. So the first one is know your inner self. I talked about it before, like your core values, right? What do you stand for? Who are you as a person? Yeah, Nanaraba says, have your plan A, B, and C. That is so true. So knowing your inner self, your values, your strengths, your beliefs. What do you stand for in life? That is something that you really have to sit and think about, yeah, as you embark on this journey. Also, you have to understand your goals, the goals that you write, you have to understand them. It gives you a sense of direction from your improved self awareness, right? Because you undertook this journey. So you have to understand that this goal, why have I established this goal? Where am I going? What is it going to take? Oh, okay. Hello. Hello, Vincent. Yeah. And the third one is that, pursuing your goals. It's a motivation. Motivation is a momentum which pushes you to action. Remember, I said earlier that self personal development motivates you. So that's the excitement that you need. Like me, okay, I'm retired, but every day that I get up, I have something to do. Yeah, there's times that I have to sleep in, after I go to my prayer room, I go and rest and all that. At first, I was kind of like struggling with it, but I said, no, wherever my day starts, that's how I start. So if my day starts at noon, that is it. And I find that beautiful. I find that since it's Facebook user, I don't know who it is. uh, so I find that, what do you call it? Even in the evenings, these days, my sleeping schedule is warped. I find I'm not sleeping till about 1, 2. So a lot of times 10, 11, then I'm doing some stuff. But you do what works for you. Okay. So for me, those are the quiet. I won't say that because everything has to be 9 to 5. Find the time span that works for you. Yeah. So, and then also, personal development helps build your resilience. I just said that already. It also improves your relationships because Tony Richie in the building. Tony, you are late. We're almost done. Just kidding. Yeah. So, you know, it improves your relationship because, like I mentioned, communication, you know how to interact with people, you know how to engage with people. It's not when you get into a social settings and people who haven't worked on themselves, they are not self-actualized. Somebody sees you and then they get this vibe about you and they look at you in some way, those people, those elements. When you know who you are polite, even though they are playing those games, trying to act like they don't know you. You just stretch out your hand and say, hello, nice to meet you. They can choose to ignore it. They can choose to ignore it or not, but you know how to hold your own in social spaces. Yes. Hello. Who's greeting me? Everybody is Facebook user today, so I don't know who who is who. Is it Ekua or simply Maria? So yeah, that's what happens in these dynamics. Listen, I saw something today that I found very comical. Some student has created an app. Yes, I thought so. Hello, welcome. So some student has created, I shared it with Tony, has created an app that feeds a child with disabilities. And so it's going like this to the mouth. And you should see the comments in there. When you go towards the tail end of it, there's a few congratulations, but our people are so negative. Oh, that is so slow. Oh, this, oh, that, making jokes. We are not serious as a people. We are not serious. We are not serious as a people. Instead of learning how to encourage, empower, and build people up, somebody has done this. I looked at it and I thought, wow, you can't always sit there and say nothing is happening in your Chrome hole. Somebody actually used their brain to create this, and the negativity. Everything is laughing and joking. Listen, it's 2024. People are going ahead. She's created that. That does not mean it's the end of it. It can be refined. You think that everything we see now just became perfect at the first go? This is why they spend money on innovation and research in the advanced countries. They refine things, they tune it up and make it better. The phone that you are using today, you didn't have that 10 years ago. There's been improvements. So we need to stop the bushiatics and learn how to encourage people. Obi ya ade na ya say, well done. It's a fine skill. A lot of us don't know how to do it. When people are doing well, what is that? Get over it. Yeah, so improving your relationships there. And then the top 5 personal development skills. Okay, so mental skills. Cultivating a healthy and happy mindset. Personal development helps you to do that. You can listen to a lot of things. Hey, in this the group that I said I joined on Saturday because of Fola's introduction, When African Women Talk, WAWT. They are doing this book called Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, right? And so they'll be doing a book club thing on November 30th. Now, I don't think it's a in-person thing. It could be on Zoom, I don't know. But I got curious, right? And I said to myself, I went looking, I'm saying, okay, I'm not somebody, I get these audio things, I don't even listen to them all the time. But then I'm saying, okay, but if I get the book, will I read it any faster? So, I have Audible credit. So I got the Audible and I'm listening to it. It's 10 hours. I'm like, okay, if you listen to 1 hour a day, so you can do it in 10 days. Well, between now and, so I'm listening to it, So if you tell somebody, I made a book club there, made a kwahi, a dear crown, so no, me could my pissy, hey, your brain is going to die. So Bushiatics, hey, what a word. Yempe mogu too much. But yeah, it's true. Because you didn't create it, then you put it down. No. You have to be what do you call it? Try to be a Barnabas, a son of encouragement. Okay? Today, my devotion that I read, it says, it was Acts 11, I think 19 to 26. It says that Barnabas went to find Saul and he brought him and they were teaching and doing whatever. Barnabas was called the son of encouragement. Why don't we try that as a people? What is wrong with us? And it bringing a yinkwa because we've refused to undertake personal development journeys. Your brain is your greatest asset. Many of you have heard me say this on my lives that develop it. Like, come on. Listen, a lot of the things that I'm seeing in these 2 groups that I'm in now, it's not something that I may not necessarily be interested in, but hey, I saw something today on real estate, right? I forget what the topic was. 2 Niger women. And I'm like, you see? I said that group, the hair economy one, Niger women, on that training, there was 80 something people, and the Niger names that I saw, it's not to say be a chrome for any, so maybe I don't know their names, but for me, I can read, you can tell their Niger names. And I said, we sit here and we criticize and they are 419, they are this, they are that. Do you know what I like about those people? They push and they are forceful. Yeah. My friend Fola, see, we were going to a class in church. Ajua and I, my youngest daughter, we go to a class on Wednesdays on Leviticus, and it's very interesting and all that. So my friend Fola had to stop because there's another training that she's taking, and it's on Wednesday, so she had to stop the class to take it because she said it's a free class, and they said they are going to start charging soon, so why shouldn't she make that sacrifice and take it now? You know what came to my mind? I said to her, this is something that I should also have taken. So what was I thinking? Because the lady who oversees it, she sent me a letter for that training. I said to my friend Fola, I said, Fola, would you mind sharing with me the slides that you did? She gave them to me. Probably not. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. Collective group economics. We can't come together and create things. And Anab, I think this is your comment, right? Yeah, it's just so sad. Because even me, A lot of these tips that I'm talking about, when I did coaching with Pastor P, she mentioned this to me at that time. Oh, sorry, Akua. Okay, thank you. Yes, this is true. So she mentioned a lot of things to me. I had to go back to her and say, Pastor P, I get it now because of where I'm at. You know, you see something, if you're interested in it, go on the Zoom or whatever. There's even something on finances, some podcast thing, financial literacy, baby. I just put it in my memo. I said I'll listen to it at my leisure. You have to be about learning. Now your chrome, somebody will come and say, now you this woman cry, you are old. Shouldn't you be looking after your grandkids, this and that? Excuse me? That is why the grandkids have parents. Yeah. Okay. So they can come over, but they'll always go back. Yeah. So we say things just to throw people off. Yeah. I'll look at that again. Collective group economics. We can't come together and create things. It's sad. So mental skills, cultivating a healthy and happy mindset. Read personal development books. Oh my God. Yeah. You see, we have a long way to go. We have a long way to go. As a people, the greatest thing that we can do as a country, as a nation, is to develop our human resources. But we are not interested in addition. In a program like this, you won't see anybody coming to listen. But let me start insulting an Arab or Joe or Tony. I'll get people here. Yeah. You see, learning is a beautiful thing. If you want to grow, learning, it builds a lot of confidence when you undertake the personal development journey. Yeah. But a lot of us have missed the boat. We don't understand it. We don't get it. And we call people too known. Someone said something, and I quote, black man with black mentality. You see, oh, it's sad, really. We laugh, but it's sad. Yeah. So the next personal development skill, emotional skills. Yes. Learn to share your emotions, don't bottle them up, and learn to control your emotions. So I saw this clip, these joke skits that they make on TikTok. This man who was walking with his wife from the farm. She's pregnant. She has one kid at the back, one little one, and things on the head. And the man is ahead walking. So this man, our usual busybody syndrome, though he was doing good, says, what is going on here? So he brought it to the man's attention, blasted the man. But the person who came to get him, he was just shouting. And I'm saying that is no emotional intelligence or control there. You are doing good, but you are yelling and you are angry, those kinds of things. When you get into a particular setting with us, you feel seeing him tokwako. And if you are somebody that you are soft and you caught, you feel say you are is that Vincent? Thank you. They feel say you are nobody or you are weak. But let me tell you this, you see, in this area in which we are, Abrofono, I said when I used to work there, I used to lash them with my mouth. Why not? And it's not to be rude, though. You find a way. You point the arrow with humor, but they get the message. That's how you fight. And yeah, keke kutu kutu kuna mina mede me ho dine popo. Oh my no ntokwa kiki na shouting, screaming. You won't get me. I'll tell you nicely, firmly, and politely. You'll get that memo. That's how it works. So, emotional control, it's so important. I've told this story many times of 2019. My oldest daughter and I went home for Christmas. And when my brother-in-law and my sister were seeing us off at the airport, there's these workers, the trolleys. And the guy, the one of them, he seemed so angry. And I thought to myself, the interaction amongst themselves, I'm watching it and I said, this guy, why feel you obe kunipa? Like we don't, emotional control is something that we don't know we are totally lacking in. And emotional, lack of emotional control, emotional intelligence, is what makes us open our mouth and spew out anything to anybody. Like the example I gave of somebody having taken the time to create a gadget that feeds a child, and you are sitting there talking. And if you go and write something now, they'll come and insult you. But I wanted to say, what have you created recently? What have you done recently? A lot of the people who make these nasty comments, they are not up to any good. They have nothing. Even if they do cry, they should know better than to come and write that. Oh, somebody said some great brands started late and today they are all over the place. Yeah, KFC, Colonel Sanders. And you know, if you are coming to tell me, I told you the funny story of when I first wrote my first book, I saw an ad. No, I saw a post on Facebook of a woman at the time, 100 years old, had written her first book of poetry. So I made a comment about that. So at the time, the church that I was in, the general overseer also had a post saying that same thing, that not about the lady, but the general theme that it doesn't matter how old you are, you can always do something. When I went to church, me suffer no bomekuti or say, because I have him on Facebook into your bomekuti or say do things when you are young, not when you are old. And to think about it, how can your overseer be agreeing with my post and you are saying this? So yeah, anyway, I don't know. We need to always I'll leave it there. So the next one is social skills. Learning and improving our social skills is crucial for our personal growth. Yeah. So there's something I saw on the internet. It said a lot of people are living in the LOL and BRB world. Be right back. Because technology, right here, always we're on our phones. We've lost touch with each other. Yes, it's never too late. You know, I don't know who anybody is today. Everybody is a Facebook user. You know, if you write the comment and you want me to react to it, please just tag your name at the tag your name to it. Then I'll know who I'm addressing. Please, thank you. So, social skills. You know, social skills, the interactions that we have as human beings. You see, back in the day when I was growing up, there was things like Emily Post. You see, like even when you go to a dining table and you look at the cutlery, where do you start from? Yeah, all I know is that they said you start from the outside in, right? Things like that, like manners. When you see your friend in a circle, maybe two people they are talking, you don't go up and just talk to only your friend. No, we don't do that. You say hello, right? Hello, you greet everybody. If they choose not to respond, that's fine. If they're in the middle of a conversation, you can wait. Or if it's a rush thing, you say to the group, oh, excuse me, do you mind if I interrupt? Hey, Asemesi, this is what is going on, to catch you later, and then you move on. And we get into these habits of say we ignore some people, bushiatics, no? we, yeah. Nanaraba, you use social currency. I hope I'm not mistaken you. Maybe it's a Kua. He says social skills is our personal social responsibility, our social currency or capital. This is why you need to talk to people. You need to engage with people. Life is not we are Timmy, we are Kami, we are Yemi say. What you say? People may do things, but you overlook it. Ah, there it is. There it is. First class student was sacked from work because of lack of social skills. Ayo. You see? So life is not just the book, no. You have to be all rounded. Uh-huh. Let me write something down. Come back to it. Let me get through this. So, social skills. Sister Ajua, this is you, right? Efenyansa can, yes, thank you. But there are people who want to only focus on Efenyansa no, and look down on the book. Combination, combine the two. Yes. So this social skills thing that we are talking about is not going to work and doing the work. I heard a story, I'm saying Madame for Nigeria in a car, like in a social setting, like there was somebody that this guy said he was working in a group. Cool. He was working in a group and nobody knew that Nere was pregnant. And so it became a problem, especially Abrofu. You know what I found about them? They talk, kukuru, 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 they talk. I was never one. This is a different topic. Hello, is this Pastor P? Good morning, welcome. So, Masria Mami Refidi Anamekanopo. I'll go to, if you remember what I was saying, media. So some doctors and nurses in Ghana do not work on their communication skills. They just talk anyhow. We just talk, spew rudeness, this and that. You can't do that. You can't. So this gentleman, yes, that I was talking about, it became an issue because Abrofoni, they talk blah, 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 blah. But you have to know how to navigate it. Like me, I worked with them, but I never talked about my family life. I'll talk about my kids, not about my marriage. Even then, Ekrano, you know how to manage yourself, right? You know how to manage yourself. But something as an event as big as your wife having a child and they didn't even know, I'm not saying go and sit on the PA system and announce it, but I'm seeing how it looks to them. The optics is just weird, you know? Because I remember even me when I had my Ajwa years and years ago, they had a shower for me at work. Yeah. So how can you work with people and they don't know that you are having a child? You see, we are built on secrecy. Oh, you come and kasa, but there are things that you need to be open about. So one ton yare like if you don't sell your medicine, you won't get an answer. Then you have to open up to people. So social skills is so important. A lot of us are lacking, so crude, so crass, bushiatics, no, oh, we don't know how to engage. We just talk anyhow. Nanarba, I see, I same practicals, balance. Even Daddy God expects balance because diverse weights and measures are an abomination to him. You know, so social skills, it's a big one. It's a huge one. Yeah. And then the next one is spiritual skills and beliefs. Okay, so learning to be spiritual, like growing a deeper connection and understanding. This is part of your personal development journey. It's up to you, with the world around us. And sometimes people use religion and prayer to heighten their spirituality. Other people also do meditation and yoga. So as a human being, I remember this old gentleman, he's retired now from one of our radio stations. He made this comment, Bob Layton, every morning he'll do his editorial. And he made a comment that if you are raising children without God, you are raising clever little devils. So everybody, no matter what it is, whatever you choose to worship, that's your decision. But for me, I believe in God, who's my rock and my anchor. So as part of this journey, it's something that I had learned when we were doing Dreamers and Visionaries from Pastor P with Mr. Chamatin, that I have this book and I haven't even... No, I haven't. Can you send me information about it? I can take a look. Thank you. That must be a cool, right? So, about writing things down, making your declarations for the day, writing some prayers, like you've read something and how is it talking or speaking to you. And I had the book, but I wasn't consistent. I wasn't doing it. I picked it up yesterday. I wrote something yesterday, and today too, I wrote something. And so it's something that you continue, right? And that's my spiritual journey. Like, okay, I read this from the Bible. It's speaking to me this way. What do I think? You write your thoughts down. Like I have a book that I write my scriptures that I read for the day in it, any verses that stand out to me. But this is something that I was doing before and stopped. So the spiritual journey is so important. You can't, there's always a void in you that has to be filled. And if you're not careful, if you're not careful, you pick up something you don't want to pick up. Nana Arba says she's so impressed that you know your audience by her comments. Thank you. So the last one, the fifth one, is physical development. Actually, let me go back to the religion. We need to exercise some caution here, and I'm speaking with particular reference to my people. The way we carry on with religion, I call it religion because we make it a religion, but it's supposed to be a relationship with God, individual relationship. So I can't come and judge you on how you worship God. It should never be done, but we do it. And the way we look at things is so different from the way I see it. You see, a lot of times, some of these big companies that we see in the US and all that, they were built on, or the background, the family background, they are Christians, they are believers. What I'm trying to say is, why is it that Obibini black man will sit there in Ghana or Africa and think that God wants them to be poor and then to be rich is a bad thing, but Obroni here will use it and gather wealth, and not the wealth, say, or the church, but they are being a blessing all around. So it's the mindset. It's the mindset, because this money thing, it says money answereth all things. And then it says the love of money is the root of all evil. So the love of it is it's not a bad thing, but we don't understand. Yes, everybody is showing up to me as Facebook user today. I'm not sure what's going on. So it's quite crazy. So I got this grand idea. And on Monday, I said I'm trying, because I have it in my book, Practical Nyamism, in Refreshing for My Weary. So my interpretations of how we see and apply the word of God in Yenyamisum Weyekrom. So I did this first video called Culture and Faith, and I was talking about talent. So watch out for it on Monday. It's how we interpret the word. It's supposed to bless you, but yet we're walking around in these straight jackets, like we got to do better. So going on to the physical development. So a healthy mind goes hand in hand with developing a healthy body. What are some of the things that you can do? Exercise, changing your eating habits, and you fufu every day. You can eat fufu, but tamper it with justice. Like, no, I mean, like, eat healthy, right? Getting enough sleep, annual checkup, and then, letting your body relax, and good skincare regimen, on and on it goes. Then Auntie Yaa'S, you are really good. Oh, I know us by our comments, Pastor P. Ben, say you get to know people, right? Yeah, you get to know people. So, so yeah, like today, what we've been talking about is personal development, and I was saying that the key thing for me here is these days all we hear is gone too soon, gone too soon, gone too soon. Maybe that person, those people had something they wanted to do and they kept saying, I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it. Now they can't. It's over. You are here now. What is it that you need to be doing that you are not doing? You see, it's very easy in the diaspora, and I won't blame people. Life is hectic, but you need to figure yourself out. Are you happy? So it's important to reflect and set goals for yourself. Go on a journey to become better. And so we talked about what personal development is. How do you start that journey? Skills that facilitate personal development, and why is it important? And then we've talked about some of the steps Yeah, let me take this comment. It says, drink enough water and use the bathroom regularly. And then spirit of procrastination, lose your hold. Hilarious. Nanaraba. Okay, so, oh wow. I thought I was going so slow, but now I find that it's already 12. I'm just going to read some comments, some quotes. Oh, this thing makes noise. Some quotes on about personal growth, personal development. So, what we think we become. That's by Buddha. Think about it. What we think we become. If you keep telling yourself, I'm hopeless, you will be hopeless. If you tell yourself, I'm good enough, I'm strong, I can do it, I have what it takes, I'll push and get there, you will get there. As a man thinketh, so is he. This is Buddha's version, right? So absorb what is useful, discard what is not, add what is uniquely your own, by Bruce Lee. I'll take that again. I like it. Absorb what is useful, discard what is not, and add what is uniquely your own. We are not clones of each other. We think everybody should think the same. Everybody should be this and that. Put your mark on it. Dare to be different. Okay? And then life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. George Bernard Shaw. Yeah. And then they must often change who would be constant in happiness or wisdom. I don't understand this. They must often change who would be constant. Yeah, until let me leave it. We must become the change we want to see. That's Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. So we are what we repeatedly do. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. That is by Will Durant. So if you choose to be lazy, repeatedly lazy, you'll be stuck there. In Proverbs somewhere it says there's a man, I think they they put their hand in the bowl and they can't even lift it up to put it to their mouth. And they won't go out and work because they said there's a lion or some creature in the street. Then any procrastination, right? And so whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. That is by Napoleon Hill. Yeah. So there's one here. Be not afraid of growing slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. It's a Chinese proverb. Yeah. A master lives in the world of transformation, not the world of loss and gain. So here, I'll end with this one, or last but one. Develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success, by Dale Carnegie. Develop success from failures. We look at failure as something so bad. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. Go and ask Thomas Alva Edison how many times he tried before he created the light. So yes, when you find yourself, you recreate yourself. There are many gifts and talents in everyone. Bring it out. Amazing. Yeah. Don't let the fear of striking out hold you back. Babe Ruth. Do not despise the bottom ranks in the ascent to greatness. This is something that our people do not despise the bottom ranks in the ascent to greatness. You don't just get up and go there. You have to start over there and respect that small place that you are starting from. Thank you for an awesome session as usual. Thank you, Nanaraba, for being here. So with that, we have come to the end of the program. Yes, today I can't get too much into promos because I have to go and eat lunch and rush off to an appointment, but I'll just remind you of our books, Authors Hub, Y2A. Yes, a collaboration between Sister Ajuodo, Yaa'S Russell, and myself. We do TikTok lives every fourth night. So next Saturday we'll be on TikTok and we're going to be talking about a woman's worth. Yes. So, oh, you're welcome, Ekua. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. So yes, There's different people on here who do different programs. Sister Ajuodo does programs on Saturdays and Sundays. Pastor P is a coach. I mentioned her earlier, Blue Bridges Coaching. I said earlier, Pastor P, I think you went on. I said a lot of the things, because we're talking about personal development, a lot of the things Pastor P told me back in the day now making sense now, because I went to a gala and now I'm in these two groups and I see all kinds of things and I'm like, whoa, this is where I'm supposed to be. I love it. So thank you for everything you do. And we'll be back next time. I'm not sure when I'll be back again because there's 2 funerals in our community and it could be the 16th, it could be the 23rd. So maybe I'll let you know when I'll be back on Facebook Live. But next week, watch us on TikTok, A Woman's Worth. I appreciate all of you. It's been very interesting today, engaging. I've loved the comments. Everybody's Facebook user. It's been a treat. Thank you for coming on. Have a good rest of the weekend, okay? God bless you all. Bye.